Are we live right now? Let me like clean this up here. Clean this. How do I clean this? Wipe right there. Put you guys over here. Boom. I don't know. That's cool. Close. Moderation helps. What does this button do? Start a poll or Q&A? I guess we'll see what happens here. I guess we will see what happens here. Now, what does this button do? Is that current viewers? I have no idea. Is that people watching? You don't have access to this feature? Not access to this feature? Manage? What's that do? Channel level settings. No thanks. All right. Okay. Kiana Craig. Hey, let's chat. There we go. Boom. There we go. I don't know what's happening. There we go. Is this the new vibe? The TikTok? I mean, the YouTube live? Maybe. Maybe I should just be doing this. Can you like do likes? Get the number up there? I guess I don't even know if you guys can see things. I have no idea how you probably have like a different setup. Probably got a different setup. Oh well. It is what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, Kiana Craig, do you have herpes? Is that what you're here for? Who are you? How's it going? How's your day? How can I help you? You know, stuff like that. Yes, I have it. And how are you doing? How are you doing, Kiana Craig? There's 3 people in here watching. Say hello, guys. Let me fix my hair up here. Just looking a bit weird. That's what I look like, though. I look like a burn victim. What's up, Devastated Hole? Can I ask you a question? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You can. It says, there we go. I could do that. But like, I don't know. Let me like change it though. I don't know. You got 7.2 IgM positive results. Let me erase the dating app part so there isn't too much confusion. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this. So if yours is IgM, okay, hold on. I'm not doing okay. I just found out. Is this the new vibe? Maybe this is the new vibe. Hold on. You found you get herpes a week ago. I've been following ever since. How do I gain my confidence back? Oh, that's you, Kiana Craig. Okay. So, Kiana Craig, I'm going to send you a website link, okay? And I want you to watch the video that's on this website link. So copy and paste it. And then there's a video on. Can you click on it actually? Oh, no, you can't. Oh, pin message. Let me pin that actually. Can I edit this? Give me 2 seconds, guys. I don't know how I'm doing here. This will be like potentially one-to-one coaching. Go.herpes. But there's also a video on there that's going to help you get your confidence back, or at least like get in contact with me and we can talk more about it. I don't like the way that looks. Okay, so put that up there. All right, so you got an IgM. So the thing with the IgM is the IgM has a lot of like false positive things. Now, I don't know if it was an IgG or an IgM. Can you confirm with me? So long story short, IgM blood tests look for recent antibody levels. And for a lot of people, they get a false positive or something like that. Now, the fact that you got the number that being that high makes me think that you do have herpes. Now, the fact that you don't have symptoms is fine. Like a lot of people, they just don't have that many symptoms despite having the virus. And I know it's confusing. Was there like a reason why you ended up getting diagnosed or tested? Or was it like a random thing? It's more than 3 months. That's my question for you. Like, why did you get diagnosed? We can go from there. Let me check the balance on here. Anyways, if everyone else in chat, can we get some likes? Can you guys like figure out how to like it? Can you just like the live video? Maybe that will help us get pushed out to more people or something. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you want to talk one-on-one, go to the website go.herpesconsulting.com. I could probably put it on the whiteboard too. I don't know why. I guess this is the new thing now. Coaching. Go.herpes consulting.com. Sure. There we go. You had physical contact with someone. I was worried about my health, so I had an ST check, and it shows up IgM 7.2 positive. Oh, so I wish it was IgG. That's the thing. Because the IgM blood tests are just terrible. Now, the only advice I can give you is you go back whenever is convenient for you, and you make sure to get an IgG blood test, and then you look at the numbers from there. Now, it's not like there's no downside to you doing this right now, because it's like a good next step to figure out if you truly have it or not. And then from there, we can decide if you actually have it. I only just am apprehensive because IgMs are terrible blood tests, and they have been like basically discontinued, even if some old clinics still use it. So that's all. But regardless of your status, everything is going to be okay. Pickering Fitness is going to help you. I have to take Valacyclovir every day of my life? No, Kiana Craig, you don't. No. I don't know what your situation is. You found out you got herpes a week ago. So here's what I suggest you do since you're like just a week. If you have your first outbreak right now, you take your antivirals, you let it heal, and then I would suggest that like take the next 2 to 3 months and see if you have any more outbreaks, because you might have your next outbreak in 6 months. Maybe you're just going to have one and that's it. It's entirely possible that those are all like the frequency. You've helped me a lot with your videos. I'm very happy to help because it's very rewarding to be able to help people like this. What does this do? I'll send some likes to myself. I'll send some emojis. I don't know what's happening here, but yeah. So you take the next 2 or 3 months, Kiana Craig, and if you happen to have frequent outbreaks, you can consider taking antivirals daily, but you don't necessarily have to. It's better to see how your body is going to adjust to having it before we consider taking all these drugs that may or may not be helpful. Okay, I'm going to hold your hand. It's going to be okay. If you guys need extra help, just check out that website. If you're not sure how to spell it, it's literally like my YouTube name now. and put the go before the herpes consulting. Anyways, let's get back on track though. Can we play music and stuff? Like, I don't know how to, this is the first time I've gone live here, so. There we go. Can you guys let me know if you hear music? If you hear nice, relaxing music, say yes. If you hear nothing, say no. Am I a streamer now? Oh. Perfect. Look at that. Look at this safe space. Got the forest background. Oh, I don't know. I'm confused because I don't have any symptoms till now. My doctor says to me to forget about it. Well, yeah, so I'll tell you this devastated hole, which is a great name. Like, so you don't have to have symptoms ever or like frequently or that you notice to have herpes. So, like, I'll give you the example. What did you say? Physical contact with lady and was worried about my health? Yeah. So, like, if you never had any reason to suspect that you had herpes or go get checked, you would have like potentially gone longer and longer without knowing that you have herpes. And this is what a large amount of people fall into, where like they have herpes and because they don't have any symptoms, they have no reason to get checked. And because we're not getting tested for on STI panels, a lot of people simply don't know that they could have herpes. And like someone like me had pretty noticeable symptoms, and that was the reason why I went to get checked. And then when people ask, like, how did you know you had herpes? It's like, I tell you all these significant symptoms, and then we think that herpes has to be symptomatic, when in reality, a lot of people can have either type, either location, and have little to no symptoms, and it just be like a viral infection that humans contract. Now, if you might have outbreak in the future, you might never have an outbreak. You might have already had symptoms that you like brushed off as something else. It doesn't necessarily have to be such a significant outbreak like my first one, but it's hard for me to also say like what your experience is going to be. If you go and do the IgG blood test and you show up with a number above 3.5, then you can pretty likely assume that you have it, but I don't know. It's a big mystery. Like the fact that people learn more from watching my videos than the doctor or school or TV, like it's a shame. I know why, because like they're not made to educate you. They're supposed to confuse you. Yeah, the IgG is the best. That will give you like long-term antibodies. Like you can even look online. There's if you want to, let me see, because I'm on YouTube. I can like be a real. Can you guys still see me? Yeah, you can. Okay, this is interesting. I don't know how to like use YouTube Live and stuff. If we go to like Hunter Hansfield herpes IgM. Actually, I could show you this. Can I do this? This is like double interactive. Can I paste this link? Can you guys click on that link? Let's fucking go. This is great. There. You guys have a link to a video that goes over herpes testing. And in that video, he's going to talk about, like somewhere in between, why am I yelling? Somewhere in between, he will talk about the discontinuation of IgM. Let's see another one. Discontinuation of IgM testing, herpes. Oh, here we go. This is just for you guys if you want information. This one is about discontinuation of IgM blood testing. You can watch it later if you want, or watch it now or whatever. But, good stuff. There's also a carrot muffin over here. I'm going to have a snack. Can doctor just look at you? Oh, Marwa, nice to see you. So some doctors can do visual exams, but this is not a good idea because visually looking, most humans are stupid. They might misdiagnose you. They might say, that doesn't look like herpes, and it is. They might say, that looks like herpes, but it's not. If you have any suspicious symptoms, tell your doctor, I want you to do a swab test. Okay, take a little Q-tip, swab my outbreak. The reason for this is twofold. Look at these big words, twofold. One, it is the most reliable way to get an answer. And secondly, you cannot determine what type of herpes you have, whether it's type 1 or type 2, based on looking at it. The only way to know is do a swab test. And if you have genital type 1 down there versus genital type 2, there is going to be some mild differences in your lifestyle, in your need for medication, and your overall life going forward. Not significant, but there is a difference between having type 1 and type 2 down there. And the swab is the best way to look at that because there's no way to look at herpes and be like, that's type 1, that's type 2. So that's the answer, guys. So don't get a visual exam. You can get one, but you need to get something else, like a blood test and a swab test. I'm going to mute this temporarily while I take a bite of my muffin, BRB. I want to move this thing out of the way. Okay, anonymous coward. What's the likelihood of transmitting genital HSV2 orally with condoms and no visible symptoms? So, anonymous coward, you have herpes here, mouth, or you have herpes down there? Sorry, no condoms, yes, to down there. So you are receiving oral sex. I don't want to get banned. You're receiving oral from someone without a condom, no symptoms. There's no way for me to give you transmission rates. I will say this. It's not very likely to be passed up here comparatively to down here. The other thing, though, is that if anyone was to get type 2 here, they might not have noticeable symptoms. So while type 2 can infect the mouth, you might never know if someone actually gets it. And just keep in mind that transmission without an outbreak is not very likely. It's not always contagious. So there's times when it's not contagious. It just try not to worry too much, but to say that oral is impossible would be a lie. You can still have oral sex. There's just, I used to think it was more likely to go from genital to genital than genital to oral, but I don't know if there is a difference. All I know is that you might not know, they might not know if they get it orally. But if you're afraid of that sort of thing, you can even go on daily antivirals, which cuts down the shedding there. Which for devastated holes question, which antiviral is the best? They've all been studied basically. Acyclovir daily or valacyclovir daily or famciclovir. If you have certain side effects from any of them, maybe try a different one. Talk to your doctor. The other thing is that, like, depending on how many pills you want to take, it can differ. So I know when it comes to acyclovir, I think you take like more than one pill because it's less antiviral, like it's less medication per pill versus valacyclovir was like 500 milligrams, one pill. So they're all basically the same drug. They're all going to be effective. Talk to your doctor, which is accessible. If you ever notice one is not working in terms of healing outbreaks or in terms of side effects, try a different one. I've only ever taken valacyclovir. Oh, anyways, that's all. Anyways, guys, everyone give some likes. Are you still taking antivirals? No, not daily. So I don't know how many of you have, like, how long you guys have followed me for. I used to have monthly outbreaks for, like, I've had 28 outbreaks in 3 years. Most people are not going to have that many outbreaks. And then ever since October 2023, I stopped having outbreaks. Or that was my last one. So I could have an outbreak tomorrow. I could have one next year. This could have been my last one. The antivirals themselves didn't really reduce my outbreaks that much. And I'd rather not take pharmaceuticals if I don't have to. Just my preference. As time goes on, you typically have less and less outbreaks. If I have an outbreak, I will take antivirals just to, like, speed up the healing process, but daily, no. And life is fine. If you really want some crazy advice, this is not scientific whatsoever. I started eating one Brazil nut, which is like a kind of like a large nut. I don't know where it's from, maybe Brazil. I still eat one of those in the morning daily. I started in October. That was the last time I had an outbreak. It could be entirely a coincidence that those are related, or it could be that I found the secret to stopping outbreaks. I truly don't believe it's the secret. There's only one, I guess, thing that makes sense, which is where Brazil nuts are very high in selenium. Selenium is good for your immune system. There is selenium in immune boosters, so that can help you. Now, if you are going to take a Brazil nut, take one per day maximum, or take a few a week, like a couple a week. Do not consume a lot of Brazil nuts per day. You'll have too much selenium. It can cause bad health consequences. So please limit yourself to one at the most per day. Or you can go online and say, what happens if you eat too many Brazil nuts? Also, in like 20 seconds, I think YouTube is going to play an ad. You're all going to watch it because I want to see if I can make money doing this. It's going to happen in 10 seconds. Let's just see what happens. Don't hate me. I'm just trying to survive. 1 second. 3, 2, 1. Ad inserted. Wait, do you guys have an ad? Did the ad pop up? Is the ad over? I have no idea what's happening. Oh, I don't know. When do you shed HSV1 herpes virus? Do you have oral or you have genital? Can you do a video for what you eat? About food that you eat? So I'll tell you this, devastated hole. I personally don't do any specific diet for herpes. All I can tell you in terms of that is, like, you can look online for foods that might trigger outbreaks. things that are like maybe high in arginine. But what I've noticed is that like there hasn't been much of a correlation between diet and outbreaks unless you have a really, really bad diet filled with foods that are not good for your health in general, which is going to negatively impact your immune system. So get a journal, and whenever you have outbreaks, see if there's any patterns around the foods that you're eating. Because if not, don't try to stress too much about your diet, because then you're going to stress yourself into having an outbreak even more. Thoughts on lysine daily. Lysine has been shown to help some people reduce outbreaks by just keeping your body in an environment where herpes can't thrive. The whole like lysine and arginine debate is like when you have a high arginine environment in your body from foods and stuff, the herpes virus likes to replicate more and potentially like cause outbreaks. But keeping your lysine up can, I guess, help that. Now, some people swear by lysine. Some people say it doesn't do much. I can like send links on here, which is good. If you want to take some lysine, there is a company that I recommend because they are a brand that is focused around they're a company that's focused around like actually treating herpes simplex virus. This is the company that I suggest. You guys can use that. It also supports Pickering Fitness. You can take lysine, yeah. Also, monolaurin can be helpful. Did you notice lysine helps with your workouts as it should with muscle growth as well? I haven't taken lysine as a supplement really. Not really much of a difference. Honestly, just eat enough protein. That's what I've noticed over the past like month. I've actually eaten more protein than usual, and I wasn't getting enough protein in the past. And my strength has gone up, and I feel stronger, and I think I'm keeping more muscle and putting more muscle on. So that's my advice for you. You have oral HSV1. When do you shed? So it's hard for me to say that. It's hard for me to tell you when you shed because everyone's going to be different. The only advice I can give everyone is don't have sex or kiss during an outbreak. And if you ever have any burning, tingling, itching, like prodromal symptoms, or you feel a bit sick, just don't risk that. The rest of the time, you don't necessarily know if you're 100% safe because that's the baseline that we're all at, but just don't get too like wrapped up in the fact that herpes could shed, because you can shed the virus and not pass it along. It's not just like I'm shedding, they're going to get herpes. The other thing is this, Marwa, if someone else has HSV1, they're not going to get it again from you. So keep that in mind. Maybe have a conversation with your partners like, hey, have you ever had a cold sore? Like, do you have HSV1? Do you know what that is? If they're like, oh yeah, I get cold sores when I was a kid. Then they're not a risk to you. You're not a risk to them. I'm going to go pee, okay? BRB. Anyways, folks, How's your day? Hopefully there's a vaccine one day. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully. 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 Do you guys have super chats on here? Anyways, how can I help you guys today? What are you guys going through? Thanks, Michael. Hope you continue them. Yeah, there's new videos coming out like every day for the next, I don't know, month or so. Stuff that I recorded while I was like in Asia the last 4 months. And I know they're short. How can I contact you in social media? The best advice, Devastated Whole. Go to the website there, put your email and like thing in, and I automatically send you like a little text message and we can talk through there. That's the best way to do it. My Instagram is also at Pickering Fitness, as well as TikTok. I don't know where you guys are coming from, but that's the best thing. I'll put it in here. So this will be Instagram and TikTok, but you can also go to the website there, and that will also help. So someone said, did you ever have the prodromal symptoms and no outbreak? Yeah. So I've had that before. So that virus, the virus can like be shedding during that time. If you have like prodrome symptoms for months, ask yourself if like it's your brain freaking out about things, or if you genuinely have that. Maybe take some antivirals and see if it goes away. But if you have like a few days to a week or even up to like 2 weeks of this prodromal, you will eventually stop having those symptoms. I think I was in like Thailand or something. And for 2 weeks, I had pretty significant nerve pain, like down the back of my leg. And I never had an outbreak though. So for like 2 weeks or so, and I took some antivirals and it didn't make a significant difference. But then after like the 2 weeks or so, it went away, hasn't come back. Now this could have been like shedding of the virus. It could have been something else, but I've experienced that and I'm just like extra careful not to do anything. If you ever are like suspicious of what's happening, like just don't have sex. I don't know if you guys are like active or not, but you know, that's the only basic like issue is like if you have any symptoms, just don't have sex with someone. You're not going to die. You're not going to have like adverse health consequences. Just like listen to your body and eventually things will clear up. But yeah, it's possible. Oh. It's possible. Anonymous coward. So where have you guys, can you guys tell me where you found me? Have you found me on YouTube primarily first, or did you like find me on TikTok and then you went to YouTube? Or did you find me on Instagram? Or did you find me somewhere else? Where did you guys find me? That's what I want to know. You're from Nepal? Let's go! Devastated Hole. Reppin' Kathmandu up in here. You're from Nepal? That's cool. YouTube search results? YouTube? This is cool. TikTok, then to YouTube? Yeah, you're from TikTok. Yeah, so like that was the main thing. My main thing is like I posted on TikTok about it. But this is good though. I like the people from YouTube, honestly. Kathmandu from Kathmandu? That's cool, bro. Were you asking about the social media? Yeah, so message or follow me on Instagram, Devastated Hole. I have a special place in my heart for people that aren't American, that aren't Canadian, that aren't from countries that have the stupid stigma. Because I also want to know, like you, Devastated Hole, is there like a big stigma around herpes in Nepal or even other places in Asia? And do you guys have any like good education for sex, like STDs and sexual health and stuff? But yeah, people who find me on YouTube, I find you guys to be more, I don't know. Like I'm a big YouTube person, so you actually have like a brain if you're going on YouTube versus on TikTok, you're probably brain dead. And you're just like, and you have to actually watch a longer video on YouTube. So it's good. Never heard about HSV before I got it. Yeah. So the girl I got, no any stigma here. Yeah. So I've dated a few people from Asia, whether it's like Korea, China, Taiwan, like Southeast Asia as well. And they're like, they live here, but they weren't born here. And they didn't really know what herpes was compared to, let's say, North Americans who have like been brainwashed into thinking that herpes is the worst thing ever. And that's why I tell people, like if you're an American citizen, I want you to know that the stigma isn't the same as it is in America anywhere else in the world. They might not have education about it. They might not want herpes, but like there's this whole thing in North America and Australia and England where like if you get herpes, you are a bad person. You have made a mistake. You will be alone forever. I'm like, no. And it's a shame, not to pick on the Americans again, it's a shame that most of you don't have a passport to exit the country to see that everywhere else in the world isn't the same kind of lifestyle. It's kind of like North Korea with shopping malls and guns. But Canada's not much better. Canada's like a passive little, I'm going to get banned for saying things, but yeah. But yeah, Devastated Hole. I like how your name is Devastated. I also don't even know if you're a guy or a girl. Are you a guy or a girl? I feel like you're talking to a guy named Devastated Hole, but maybe you're a girl. I don't know. You're a guy? All right, cool. That's cool, Devastated Hole. But now I want to be best friends with you, so you got to let me know. Reach out on Instagram at Pickering Fitness. And I'll do my best to help you. I'll do my best to help you. Kathmandu. Yeah, no one's heard about HSV. Yeah. See, it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm not active on social media much. That's okay, Devastated Hole. Whatever works. If you want to go to that website, we can also, connect with me on there. Why in HSV2 am I having bloating? So were you the person that left me a comment? Let me go to my YouTube channel thing and see. Let me go to YouTube Studio and see, because somebody left a comment and I wasn't sure how to even answer it. Comments. Let me see if that was you or not. Oh yeah, it was. Why HSV2 makes bloating in stomach and hands get red and feel as burning inside. What should I do to happen? It's only fine. Yes, sir. So first of all, is that you in your profile photo? Let me look at you there, peace hugs. What an absolute Chad you are, peace hugs. You're still an antiviral. So your stomach bloats? I don't know about this. It doesn't sound like, I don't know if it's related to herpes or not. Have you talked to a doctor at all? Sometimes red hands. Like, I wonder if this is something else. How did you get onto the Brazil nuts? Okay, so I'm a guy and I wanted to maximize my testosterone levels because every guy is turning into a girl. There's plastic in the foods. All the food is poison. The tap water is making us gay. I wanted to optimize my testosterone levels. Tim Ferriss, who's like an entrepreneur, he recommended Brazil nuts to maximize like testosterone production in your immune system. So originally I had been taking it for that. It was never about herpes. Everything I've done has never been really about herpes. Started eating a Brazil nut in October 2023 daily, just one of them. Stopped having outbreaks like that month. Is it related to the Brazil nut? I have no idea. There's no way for me to prove that. I haven't bothered to go off of the Brazil nuts. I still had like some weird prodromal symptoms in like 2 months ago. But yeah, Devastated Hole. Go on Instagram, follow this account, okay? Or tell me what your Instagram is, and I'll talk to you there basically. So yeah, Brazil nuts was for testosterone, and I just didn't happen to have outbreaks since then. He also got herpes, so he's telling me the same. I was getting a lot of outbreaks in 1 year. Where do you guys live, peace hugs? Where are you guys from? Yeah, where are you guys from? I haven't heard much about this. Like red hands? It's interesting the frequency of your outbreaks prior to Brazil nuts may be related for sure. Yeah. If anything, it's the immune system, because I used to take this immune support, and in here is vitamin C, D, E, B6, B12, zinc, and selenium. Now, this didn't really help me. I don't know how effective supplements are in general, if they're good or bad or just a scam. It's possible Brazil nuts are helping my immune system. I've been sick though, but there's just something weird that like I literally had 28 outbreaks in 3 years, and then that. And I'm like such a skeptical guy where I'm not going to tell you that Brazil nuts stop the outbreaks, but they might. And a bunch of people are even trying it now. A few people that I know on Instagram are trying it. But yeah, it's worth a try. Just don't have too many. If you're a regular guy, have maximum one a day. If you're a huge guy, maybe two. If you're a woman or you're a small person or you're trying to be careful, have like a couple a week. Don't have it every day. You don't want to have too much selenium. It can lead to selenosis, which is like a thing where you have too much selenium. Anyways, you follow me on Instagram. Okay, let me check this out. Tona. I'm going to follow you back there. I'm going to send you a Mount Everest emoji. Hold on, Everest. Boom. There you go. Now we're best friends. Okay. You have a partner that doesn't have herpes. How do you not trust me? Yeah. So my partner, as far as I know, does not have HSV2 from me. All I do to take precautions is just not have sex during an outbreak. I've never had her tested. She's never had symptoms. I don't know if she's gotten the virus from me. Anything that people can do would be taking antivirals daily if you want, or using a condom, or both, basically, and that will help. But you can have a partner that doesn't have herpes, and you could potentially never give it to them just by the chance that you don't. Is it possible in tests they show positive? Can you catch HSV and HPV? Yes. You can have both HSV and HPV. So you guys live in Dubai, and you both have herpes, and you both have bloating and red hands. I don't know why, basically. Like, I don't know what the bloating would be caused by, other than like lifestyle factors, but thanks, Tona. It sometimes cause, not every time. This is when you have an outbreak or randomly. I think an ad is going to happen in like 40 seconds too. I don't know what the ads do. Can you guys tell me? Sometimes electric shocks in legs. Okay, so that is a thing. That's a thing. So the electric shocks is like probably in your butt, down the back of your leg, most likely, which is like the virus causing like nerve pain, or like post-herpetic neuralgia is what it's called. And that will eventually get better and better and better. I think there's an ad that's going to come on in 5 seconds. Knee pain, front of the knee or back of the knee? Which one? I need to go get some milk. BRB. Oh, I pay for ad for YouTube, not seeing any ads myself? Okay. If you itchy down there, does that mean you have genital herpes? No. Like, if you know you have genital herpes, you could itch, but like, just because you have an itchy down, that doesn't mean it's genital herpes. I get one every month outbreak, and I'm crying every day. I didn't know how to control, even though I went on taking medication, but now virus load is less. Yeah, it gets better over time. So peace and hugs. Coming from me, I had basically a monthly outbreak for 3 years, and I took this every day. And the outbreak wasn't very bad. It was maybe like a 1 or a 2 out of 10. but I don't know if I ever like, I don't know. I never stressed too much about it. I just kind of was thinking, eventually it'll slow down. Eventually it'll slow down. You know, the outbreaks aren't very bad for me. Eventually it'll slow down. Especially because I was like exercising, trying to eat healthy. I don't really drink alcohol. I sleep enough, so I felt like my lifestyle was fine. And then I just basically stopped having outbreaks ever since October. Now I can have an outbreak tomorrow. I can have an outbreak next month. If I do, I'm not really going to worry too much. I'm just going to say, well, maybe this is a one-time thing. I'll take some antivirals. I'll live my life. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. It'll be okay. Yeah. Is antiviral safe? Yeah. For the most part, they can be taken daily and stuff. Obviously, talk to your doctor if you have any side effects. I can't really tell you to take antivirals for like legal purposes, but the drugs are generally safe. You took 800 milligrams 2 times a day for, yeah, that's good. Is that acyclovir or valacyclovir? I assume acyclovir. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Yeah, acyclovir. That's fine. Then I use 400 when I am in antivirals. I don't get any outbreaks. To be honest, who I catch, she cheated me. Did she? What can you tell someone who legitimately wants to kill themselves after being diagnosed with HIV or 20 years ago, still hasn't come to grips with it? Um, is this like someone? Is this like a friend of yours or someone else? It was hard to accept. Still, every time I'm thinking I'm frustrated. Yeah. Well, if someone cheated you, just know like you never have to forgive them, but like holding on to all of that anger and frustration and giving your power away to that person is not going to serve you. All we can do is like realize that they wronged us, but we're not going to let them like destroy our life. We're going to take control of our life. We're going to become our best. We're going to get in the best shape of our life. We're going to become confident, and we're going to destroy the stigma up here. And we're going to live the best life ever post diagnosis. You're talking about yourself. So that's you. So, Spank the Monkey, I'm going to help you, okay? So, if you go to this website, there is a video that's going to give you 3 breakthroughs to work through your diagnosis. From there, I'm going to keep in contact with you and we're going to figure this out because I don't want any more time to go on because life is short, time is not renewable, and I want to make sure that everyone who's diagnosed can get back to living the life that I know and you know we both deserve. I'm going to give you a step-by-step process. I was a virgin. It was the first time. Well, that's really unfortunate. So the only good news, I don't know what the stigma is like where you live. That's what I was going to say. Do you think they're making a vaccine? I think they are making a vaccine. Yeah. Just be hopeful, but also don't hold out on the vaccine to like get your life back on track. Get your life back on track if you want to reach out to me on that website, so that when the vaccine comes, it's like, okay, cool, instead of like saving your life. New medication. There's like Pratilavir, which is coming out at some point. I don't know if Pratilavir is going to be, I don't know. But the issue, I think, is like the fact that we could pass it. But Pratilavir is, I don't know, it looks promising, basically. I don't know much about it just because, what's the goal of that? How often do you get outbreaks? So I used to have outbreaks monthly, and then I haven't had an outbreak since October 2023. So yeah, the new medicine, here. Yo, YouTube Live is way better than other ones. Let's put on some, like, I don't know, maybe some house music. That's a bit too loud. Maybe, I don't know. What do we have here? Nature House? Nature House. There we go. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe stress relief. Where's the stress relief playlist? There we go. They said it'll come next month. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, hoping that works better. Yeah, I hope so too. So I guess for you, peace hugs. Like, what do you struggle with most? It's the symptoms that you have, like the pain and stuff, or other aspects. You think I'm so crazy? Okay. And you've had this for how long? Like 1 year? Whenever I eat spicy food, I get an outbreak? That's interesting. It's good that like you can figure that out though. Yeah, so for anybody watching, like if you do notice any specific triggers, maybe it's spicy food, maybe it's like nuts, maybe it's whenever you're super stressed, maybe when you're sick, maybe you have like too much alcohol and you notice that you get outbreaks, use it instead of like feeling crazy, use it as like a way to change your lifestyle. Like, oh, herpes is reminding me that I shouldn't drink so much, or I should exercise, or I should keep my stress down. Instead of constantly feeling like you're being controlled by it, let it guide you in the right direction to a better lifestyle. That's my advice. But now outbreaks goes a little less than symptoms, but from start it was terrible. Me too, yeah. Me too. Like I'm sitting here with my, it's hard to accept. If you have trouble with the acceptance part, you can reach out to me here. There's a free video that talks more about that, how to accept it. I also have a private support group that I only invite a few people into because I want to keep it very serious. And in this group, we do weekly group calls every Sunday night. We also have an entire course that walks you through overcoming your diagnosis. And you can also message me whenever in there, which I created. Because a lot of the Facebook support groups are very, very toxic. It's like, my life is over and my life sucks and yours is going to suck too. And it's very, 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 very negative. I wanted a place where people are not going to be so negative. It's crazy. I don't know. Are you on antivirals? Just during an outbreak. So basically, I had my first outbreak 4 years ago. I had my second outbreak a month after my first one. And then I originally took the antivirals daily. I wanted to reduce the risk of transmission for my future partners. And then I pretty much was still getting outbreaks and I was still taking the antivirals. I took them daily. I went on, I went off. And then I stopped taking them last year, April, just to see what would happen. Basically had the same frequency of outbreaks. And then leading up to October 2023, I guess they slowed down. I took the Brazil nuts or whatever, didn't have an outbreak since then. And I only take it when I have an outbreak now. How long to come to terms with the diagnosis, get your life back on track? I feel incredibly stuck for your dating relationships. So it took me 5 or 6 months. It might take you more, it might take you less. For me, it wasn't about timing. It was about I decided to stop feeling so bad about myself through journaling or asking myself how I feel about myself, questioning the stigma, questioning all of my false beliefs, still trying to improve myself, go to the gym, keep social, realize why I don't have to feel bad that I have herpes. And then I went out and tried to date. Now, I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but for me, it was I'm going to go and see if a girl likes me first. And then if she does like me, I will then get to disclosing. And luckily for me, the first girl that I had to disclose to was accepting. So this was 4 months after I was diagnosed, disclosed to some girl. She was accepting. We had sex. She didn't just automatically get herpes from me. And then from there, I thought oh, wait, all of the false beliefs I had, I'm going to be alone forever. No one's going to date me. I can't have sex. Those all got shattered when I actually proved them to be wrong. And then from there, my confidence just went up because then I showed that life wasn't different than before. I could still do all the things I could do before I had herpes, even if I thought that I was originally going to be stuck. So, Spank the Money, I'd love to help you. I'd love to help you. You're a guy, then that's even we're gonna handle this, bro. We're gonna handle this. I'm gonna personally coach you one-on-one, get your confidence back, get you educated, get your symptoms under control, get you in the best shape of your life, give you back all your self-worth, get you out there dating, get you so that the ladies or the guys, whatever you're into, pick you over somebody without herpes. What would that feel like? Bro, after 10 years, it's going to be a bit more difficult than if it was 1 year, but you can never give up. You only fail when you give up. And if you keep trying year in, year out, day in, day out, we're going to do this. We're going to make the best of this. We're going to achieve greatness despite having herpes. We're going to make everyone regret rejecting us, Spank the monkey, so that no one has to spank your monkey anymore. Or you don't have to spank your monkey. You get the point. I'm serious. So click the, or go to the link right there, wherever it is. And yeah, that goes for all of you. I'll even put the link. Maybe it'll actually be clickable. Let me just make sure it's clickable. I know there's like go, and go is kind of confusing. Does that actually work? No, it doesn't. That's too bad. You got to copy and paste it, unfortunately. So copy and paste, and then go to that. There's a free 15-minute video that explains how I help people basically navigate their diagnosis and achieve all the things that people want. And we can get in contact through there too. Because like I didn't do anything special. You know, I didn't like magically read, like I wasn't blessed by God to overcome herpes. I didn't really do anything that none of you can do, basically. Oh, let me have a snack. Hold on. Thanks, Spank the monkey. I appreciate that. I'm happy to help, you know, because when I got diagnosed, there was like people that I reached out to or watched that helped me. And unfortunately, they were all women. There was no like male's perspective to overcoming herpes. That's why I have a soft spot for the guys with herpes, because I know like deep down, it's already tough to be a guy without herpes. So being a guy with herpes, and like I'm 5'5", you know, like I'm 5'5" with genital herpes. Like I should have every issue with dating, or, you know, I can't even connect my beard. But like it is what it is, you know? I should be over here like black pill incel, if you guys know what a black pill incel is. But like, nah, bro. Anyone who complains about, like, maybe I have a decent physique, I don't know, maybe my face is not disgusting, but you know, like like a lot of guys, you know, not you, but just in general, like girls and guys with herpes, like they give up. They think that it's hopeless, and it feels hopeless, but it doesn't have to be. It's like, I don't want people to live in a purgatory of herpes. Many people, after watching videos, they get relaxed. It's funny because I'm the most like harsh advocate. I'm like the Andrew Tate of herpes advocacy. I wish I could be like, okay, guys, today we are going to learn, okay? HSV is not a big deal. It's going to be okay. You will find love. I can't do that. I can't. All I can do is, you know, the blunt version. Oh, the blunt version. Why do you think some countries view herpes differently versus the US? Okay. How do I answer this question? Okay. I'm going to shit on America briefly. You made me feel better, bro. I was feeling really down tonight, but I see there's hope even after this long. Yeah, Spank the monkey. Where are you from? If like, what country are you from? because it's also evening. So I'm confused because 5 hours would be UK, but maybe you're from somewhere else in Europe or like something. And also where you live is going to change how I'm going to approach you because, okay, so in America, everyone shoots each other. Everyone is racist. That like everyone's on pharmaceutical drugs. The more out of shape and sick you are, the more profitable you are. The more protests and gun violence happens, the better. Prison is a business. Divorce is a business. Everything is kind of based around siphoning money and eliciting fear and shame and confusion on the population. All of the Hollywood movies that have herpes jokes, all the comedians that do herpes stuff, it's all American. You're from Australia? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so you're in the same position as us. Canada, America, Australia, UK, Ireland, pretty much all has the same stigma. Now, there was a guy from Nepal earlier. The guy in Nepal, they don't have a herpes stigma because they don't even know what herpes is. America and these places, it's kind of like nobody wants the herpes virus, but then you add this layer of like, if you have herpes, you're a disgusting, dirty slut. But it doesn't make any sense. The next thing I'll say is this. A cold sore is oral herpes. Because of the stigma, people will defend to their day that a cold sore isn't herpes. There's also going to be an ad in like 7 seconds. I don't know what the ads do. I'm just going to, I guess, see what happens. Okay? My bad. See you soon. Now, like, is the ad here right now? I don't know how this works. If you guys are listening right now, I'll go back. What was I going to say about that? Yeah. People deny that cold sore is herpes because they don't want to be associated with the word herpes because there's some sort of label that comes along with herpes. But like, you don't have to buy into the stigma. You don't have to assign the label of herpes to you. Like, we'll use peace hugs, for example. Peace hugs, you were a virgin and then you got herpes. So peace hugs didn't sleep around. Peace hugs didn't have many partners. Peace hugs got the herpes from the first person he slept with. Now, maybe she or he wronged him. That's unfortunate. Maybe like, you should have picked better, but no, you can't control someone. So like, if you can get herpes from your first partner, it must mean that you don't fit the label that comes with herpes. And like, the silver lining to that is you don't have to actually let that false narrative affect you. Someone might say, oh, peace loves. You slept around. You're disgusting. You obviously have been with so many people. And if what they say to you is false, if you're like, well, wait, bro, I was a virgin. Oh, yeah, sure you were. Then you do that to them. But like, use your truth to back up why you don't have to feel bad despite having herpes. But yeah, Spank the Monkey. If I can help you anymore, reach out to me via this website. There's a video on there that explains a bit more about how you don't have to let herpes control your life. And then from there, we can see if I can help you. In Dubai, it's the same. My doctor was saying it's not a big deal as I feel symptoms, but it's crazy. I feel like if something changes in my life, I never seen anyone before I done. First time she done me, I feel like she trapped me. I don't know. Peace hugs. Do you feel like if I know she had this, I wouldn't have? Ha ha ha. My whole life, I'm so scared having sex. To be honest, I didn't I didn't have after God. I have severe stomach bloating, muscles weak, joint pain. What to do? So, can Peace Hugs and Milan talk to each other in the chat? because I don't know much about this stomach bloating thing, but can you guys like bond with each other and see? Because I really don't know what it is. The stomach bloating I haven't heard about. For me, I don't know what this would be the cause of. I'm sure it's totally fine. I've just never I've never heard about this stomach bloating when it comes to herpes. Anyone else had it? I don't know. Sometimes it gets red hands but get blotting like bubbles. Even though I'm not hungry, but even after taking antivirals, I feel they really fighting inside. What part of the U.S.? I live in Canada, so I'm a Canadian citizen, which means that like, but I also live in Toronto, which is like the fifth largest city in North America, which means that when it came to dating, a lot of people were very, very, very multicultural, and I didn't really encounter people. At least like I dated a lot of Asian people, whether it was like Southeast Asian or East Asian, or I've spoken to South Americans and even some Europeans. Like they didn't really view herpes the same way as like a born and raised Aussie, American, Canadian, English person. And I'm also like, I can also like kind of look at the United States as just for what it is. I think like externally, like I've been to other countries, I can like view America without having to like be inside of it and then see that it's all really kind of chaotic. Like to break it down, the sadder and the sicker and the more subdued you are, the more profitable you are to the rich people who run the world. So I don't know. And like, I don't know. I just questioned a whole lot of things. Like literally cold sores is oral herpes. And people defend that it's not herpes because they don't want to be associated with like STI, because we live in a world that will shame you if you get bacteria and viruses sexually versus non-sexually. And not everyone who gets an STI lived a bad lifestyle, especially when it comes to herpes, because that could like it just you can get it from the first person, or you can literally get it from a cold sore going down there. It's all just a bunch of nonsense. And if you inside your own head can realize all of this is nonsense, and then you meet people who think it's not nonsense, you like back up your own confidence with the whole herpes situation. Makes no sense. My STDs are all negative, but when done, HSV2 is positive. Yeah. So you just have herpes then. Also, it's not going to kill you. So for Milan, you're going to be okay. Also, Milan, where are you from? Yes, exactly. Fever blisters. I just get it when I'm having a fever. Guess what? When I get a fever, I get it down there because I'm a slut. What are you going to do about it? Oh, you're gross. Hey, leave me alone, loser. You're gross. Do you have kids? I don't have kids, no. I hope not. I don't know where they are. But yeah, basically, a lot of people are just ignorant and refuse to learn new information until they get herpes. Can herpes damage kidney, liver? No, they don't. I really don't know. I'm all summer for the past 8 months. I mean, other tests and they're negative. You got liver enzymes a little high. Is that from herpes or something else? One second. What's the sporting culture like in Canada? Um, Hockey is a big thing, but like not. I don't know. To be honest, Canada is so multicultural now that we're almost losing our culture. And the prime minister who runs our country, is like the worst possible person ever. He's like a useless dictator, like a useless liberal dictator, basically. And hockey is still a thing. It's pretty popular, but also in America too, like the NHL. Like America has more teams than we do, but yeah, lacrosse is our national sport. I don't know if do you guys have lacrosse in Australia? Probably. Nobody really plays lacrosse. We don't have as much of a culture as like Australian rugby or UK soccer, football. I guess America is football, Canada's hockey, Australia is like rugby, and the UK is soccer/football. That's a good way to explain it. Even though our national sport is hockey. I mean, sorry, national sport is in Australia we call Trudeau Fidel Castro Jr. The funny thing is like I have no idea what your prime minister or like your president, I assume you have prime ministers, right? Or do you have a president? I don't know. But like the fact that you guys know who Trudeau is pretty funny. Yeah, he's an idiot. It's I don't know. Like Australia prime minister Anthony Albanese. G'day, mate. I'm from Sydney. Oh, let me ask you this. Spank the monkey. Do you know who Spanian is? Do you know who Spanian is? So YouTube Live is better than TikTok, I guess, even though they both are whatever. Fidel Castro Jr. Yeah. Look at you guys bonding with each other in here. We were prime minister? Okay. Milan, I'm from Dubai. No, continue, Mike. I'm dying. Spanian. Yeah, bro, he big personality here. Let's Oj, lads. It's all eats, you know? Yeah, I found him at least in 2022, which is kind of crazy. I don't want to be like one of those hipsters, but I think I watched, I was looking up like Asian, like Szechuan food, like spicy Chinese food on YouTube. And then I found him eating spicy Chinese food. And I was like, who the F is this guy? And then I subscribed to him. And now he's like, he's doing well. He's pretty funny. Like it's like people watch him because of him, which is like what you ideally want if you're going to do stuff. Where like it's just you as the brand and you can do anything. But good on him, you know, going to jail for like, what was it, like 15 years? Now he's just living his life. Never give up. Like that's the thing too. Think of that. Think about Spanion's life. He went to jail, and I bet he didn't think that in his cell he'd be like doing a 5-star hotel review 15 years later. Do you think, sorry, not do you think, did you think, looking back now, that when you got herpes and your life was over, that you were going to get confident again, have a loving relationship or multiple, never wake up with any sort of stigma, sadness? Let me tell you this, Spank the monkey. Let me tell you this. You're currently doing 10 years in the mental herpes prison. And the door is open. You can walk out at any time. But you are the one holding yourself back, chained up. Okay? When are you going to let yourself out? When are you going to get out of the cage that herpes has around you? When? Year 11 or year 10 or today? What would Spanian do? WWSD. Let's Oj, brother. Hectic. Oh, yo, this kebab is gas. That's a hectic tzatziki right there. Oh, you see? Just hanging out with the boys. Just hanging out with my herpes boys up in here, talking about stuff. Anyways, yeah, Spanion's a cool guy. Can it cause liver, kidney? No. So herpes doesn't affect your immune system. It doesn't affect your like liver and kidney. All it does is like goes into your nervous system and then goes to sleep. But I will look it up. Like, does herpes affect liver, or let's just look liver. So there's something about HSV hepatitis is a rare cause of acute liver failure, but that is not something that is like, it's not something that you should be worrying about. Because I'll tell you guys this. I will tell you guys this. But you know, let's fucking ouch. Like, I'm serious, Spank the Monkey. From a guy to a guy. Like, watch the video on this website. See if what I do to help people is like a good fit for you. And then also think like, what are the things that are holding me back? Because I think that like you can isolate the issue. You can isolate the issue with your diagnosis. Like, is the problem you don't have confidence? Is the problem like you don't think someone will accept you? Is the problem you don't want to risk giving it to someone? What are the aspects that are holding you back? You're the man, bro. I got the biggest smile on my face for having this chat. I'm here for you, Spank the Monkey. Let's ouch. I don't know. Oh, I'm not that like special and inspirational. Like, I have my own demons. I just truly believe that like herpes cannot hold me back. I think it comes down to this, like, the stigma is so fragile and everyone else is an idiot that has never thought about why it makes no sense. Like, you know about the fever blister thing. Like, you get fever blisters on your dick because you had sex. And everyone else who also gets fever blisters and then separately pursues sex, I would consider you to be the same. And if like 66% of the world has herpes here, why are we any different than them? And it's like, the other fact is that people can get genital type 1. So everyone that gets fever blisters, they could possibly transmit that to someone else's genitals. So if, I don't know what your diagnosis is, I don't know if you have type 1 or type 2, whatever you got, but like, I have genital type 2. I can pass my herpes from down there to someone else's genitals. The fever blister people, they better disclose up here, but they don't. They can pass their virus to someone else's genitals. So then the majority of the world can give people without any herpes genital herpes. So now I'm part of a 70% population, even if there could be differences between type 1 and type 2 down there. But everyone is oblivious. If you develop your confidence again and you realize like no one can use it against you, no one can make you feel bad, then you also have to realize that like not everyone gets to date us now, or you don't have to date everyone now. So anyone who's like, ew, no, you're gross, you like Spanian, we don't date them. You probably want to find a partner who's like open-minded, accepting, not going to say shit to your face. So if you can put up with someone saying judgmental things to you, then dating is just finding someone who likes you for you. Which is like, maybe it's discouraging, but at least in my experience, when I would meet girls, I usually didn't end up dating them before or after herpes. And anyone that I had a second or a third date with was accepting of my status. And I've even had people that I disclosed to like right off the bat and have been accepting. Now, if people rejected me, of course. But if you don't take a rejection for herpes differently than like, oh no, bro, you're a Sparky. No thanks. Like, but being a Sparky's fucking sick, mate. And she's like, I don't like Sparkies, you know? Well, fuck off then. Let's oge. So yeah. You don't take any rejection reason differently than others. Oh, like you're a Sagittarius? I don't date Sagittariuses. Oh, you have herpes? No thanks. We got this, bro. Let's oge. Hectic. I'm serious, guys. If I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. If my doctor had sat me down and said a few of these things I have said, I would have felt better. I need to hear this. Thank you, bro. Yeah, it's a shame. It's quite a shame. Like doctors don't. So here's the thing: like doctors don't want to deal with this. Like I deal with this because I think it's going to be like. I think I'm going to get something out of it. Like I do this all for free, basically. I do have things that people can like invest into if they want to fast track their way through their diagnosis. But like doctors are not in the they don't want to be like a psychologist. They don't want to be a therapist because they understand there's a stigma. Also, unless your doctor knows about the stigma or has herpes themselves, they're going to look at you and say, bro, it's not a big deal. Everyone has this. Just don't like have sex when you have symptoms. But then you're like, but I'm a slut. But doctor, but everyone hates me. Not a big deal, man. Don't worry about it. And then they send you away. And then you guys come to me and you're like, hey, Greg Bennett, nobody likes me. My life is over. I know. They don't seem to care, do they? I care. That's all. But yeah, how long have you had HSV2? Oh yeah, spank the monkeys. So how old do you spank the monkey? Because you've had it for 10 years. You're 28. Okay. You got it when you were 18? That's kind of rough, honestly. Like I'm 31 and I've had it for 4 years basically. Bro, we got a full life ahead of us, okay? We got a full life ahead of us. Spank the monkey. And I don't want to scare you, but like, what if another 10 years goes by? You feel like you're going to be in a better place or a worse place? Not only for your emotional state, but like your lifestyle as well. You were meant to see this today. My live on TikTok was meant to get banned. So I would be forced to go on here so that today you'd be forced to watch this so that tomorrow you don't wake up feeling the way that you woke up today. Because you were supposed to see this today, you know? And if it had been 5 years ago, there wouldn't have been enough pain. But after 10 years, anyways, sir, what is your name? My name or whose name? This is my name, guys. That's my name. That's my name. It used to be Pickering Fitness, but then I changed it to Herpes Consulting, so you guys can stay on brand with the website. That's how I coach some people through their diagnosis. Hell yeah, I was supposed to see this. Fuck Stigma. Exactly. Send some hearts and shit. Boom. We got this. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much, giving hope and answer all questions. You're very welcome, guys. You're very welcome. Oh, I don't know. How can I help you guys though? How often do you come live? This is the first time I've gone live on TikTok, basically. I mean, Instagram. I mean, YouTube, whatever the fuck we're on right now. I usually go live on like TikTok almost like daily. And I keep getting like banned temporarily. And I decided to come on here. One, because like I can get gifts, maybe. You guys can like support, send some gifts. I don't know. But also because YouTube is probably better. But I might go on here like instead of TikTok then, just because no one's trolled me, no one's stupid. You guys are actually interested, and if it helps you guys, I can come on here again and stuff. Is it true those lacrosse boys are no jokes and real like monsters on the field? Yeah, I'd say footballers are. I mean, like American footballers and rugby is probably more of a monster than lacrosse. Lacrosse, you have to kind of be like athletic versus like a huge fucking football player. Do supplements work for you? I don't take any supplements. So the only thing I take vitamin D because I live in Canada. We don't get sun. It's very sad. And I take one Brazil nut per day. Other than that, I don't take anything else. Now, I used to take a bunch of different things. I've taken like some immune supplement. I've taken a bunch of things for stress. Did any of those do anything? I don't know. I don't know. Like, I wish I could come on here and be like, all right, boys and girls, here's what we're going to take. Blah, 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 blah. But no. My advice, sleep enough, eat healthy, go to the gym, keep your stress down, maybe have one Brazil nut per day, live your life. It's going to be over soon. Like, do all the good habits you should do if you didn't have herpes, and you'll have less outbreaks. And if you still don't have, or if you still have outbreaks, wait a little bit of time, because I used to have them monthly, and now they're only like, it's not since whatever. Here, this is a Google search for Brazil nuts. That is too long. Never mind. Basically, search up Brazil nuts. So apparently arginine is a big trigger. So I don't know. I don't know this whole arginine lysine thing. Okay. I'm going to make it super simple for you guys, okay? Get a journal. Get a journal. Journal your outbreaks. Look at any patterns surrounding the time that you're getting your outbreaks. Are you always sick? Have you not slept enough? Have you ate really, really bad foods? Like, what's his name? Peace Hugs said every time he ate spicy food, he would get an outbreak. Now, if you for sure are having an outbreak when you have spicy food, stop having spicy food and see if you cut down the outbreaks. Now, in terms of the arginine thing, I don't know if it's going to actually apply to everybody. I like to go to the gym. I take pre-workout most days. There's something called citrulline malate. There's also something called L-arginine. Both of these are vasodilators, which means they help you get a juicy pump in the gym. If I can consume like arginine supplements every day and not have an outbreak, maybe there isn't across the board a relation between excessive arginine and herpes outbreaks. Now, maybe there is. But my best advice for you guys is live your life. Don't stress too much about the outbreaks. Write down any potential triggers or things in your lifestyle around your outbreaks. And just know that I've had 28 outbreaks and I'm doing okay. So if you guys have less than 28, take it from me, it's going to be okay. We got this. Let's oge. Hectic. That's gone. That's gone, brah. Anyways. Hectic. Anyways, you're eating whatever you like. I don't want because of herpes. You realize healthy, but I like spicy, sweet and spicy. Is women have different symptoms? Women, you're having more than 28 outbreaks. That's pretty crazy, honestly. I don't know what to say to you, honestly. It's tough. Women have generally the same symptoms. It just might hurt a little bit more, or it might not. But usually, like, herpes is pretty like consistent across the board, male or female. Only two genders. Anyways. Can we have outbreaks during antivirals? Yes. Yeah. So I personally had, thanks for the hearts, guys. That helps us get on the, I don't know, the page. I still had outbreaks on daily antivirals. Now, they were probably like a 1 or a 2 out of 10 in terms of discomfort, but like that was why I still had like stress, because I was taking daily antivirals. I was still getting outbreaks. I was like, my life is over. What's happening? And then I would like not take it daily. I would still get outbreaks. And then October, no more outbreaks. Maybe outbreak tomorrow. Maybe outbreak next year. Maybe outbreak never again. Maybe your mom. It is what it is. If I have an outbreak, it'll be okay. I'll take some antivirals, cry myself to sleep, get back on track with the herply derplies. I pray Trudeau gets voted out soon. All the way in Australia, we cannot stand that guy. Yeah, he's made everything so bad. I think like Sydney's expensive, right? For like housing. Look at you guys becoming best friends. Milan and Peace over here. Let's go. Best friends. Let's go. Let's ouch. Let's ouch. Let's ouch. Where's my book? Where's my audiobook in my downloads? The Ape That Understood the Universe. It's a good book right there. Where's WeTransfer? WeTransfer. Accept. Put this over here. Hectic. Hectic. Oh, that means we should not be sad anymore. Australia in general is expensive. Inflation kicking our ass. Everything is like, actually, yeah, Australian dollar is more than Canadian slightly now. Like less valuable. It used to be 1-to-1. Now I think it's like your $10 is our $9. It used to be 10-to-10 versus 10-to-9. I don't know. Everything's crazy though. Like Spanian in his videos, just getting a kebab, $26. Hectic price, but then he just is balling out. So Hot property, my right leg pain before outbreak. This is interesting, having all these people in here. So where do you live in Australia, Mr. Spank the Monkey? Perth? Melbourne? Adelaide? Gold Coast? Byron Bay? Geelong? Darwin? Sydney? I don't know. Who knows? Hectic. Let's go. You don't sleep, you used to cry every day but still get sad? That's awful. Come on, guys. How can I help you? How can I help you guys? I'm in a place called Newcastle, 2 hours north of Sydney. Okay. Newcastle, Australia. Let me check it out there, mate. Yeah, let's ooge. Oh, this looks super nice. What do you have to be depressed about? This is like the nicest place ever. I'm sure it's not that nice, but let's take a look at some photos. Oh, that's kind of awful, actually. No, it's nice. Newcastle, super duper cute. Hectic. I waste so much on medicine, nothing changes. Nice coastal weather, lots of sun. Yeah. Do you know how to surf? What is your name? I don't know if you want to say your name, but do you know how to surf? I was trying to learn. I went to Vietnam and I went to Thailand. I was trying to learn to surf the last 4 months. I'm okay, actually. I'm okay, but super beginner. Like you think that if you have herpes you can't surf? No, your life starts once you get herpes. And I'm gonna help you guys. My beard hairs keep falling out. Is this a bad sign? I don't know. I was also in Thailand. There's 60% they have HSV. You went to Thailand, bro? Where did you go in Thailand? I just got back like 1 month ago. I was in Thailand 1 month ago, ever since basically January. Living my life. Living my life. I like Thailand a lot. Better than Dubai. You were in Phuket? I was in Phuket. Or should I call it Little Phuketsburg? Because every single person is Russian. Hello, привет, как дела? Спасибо, хорошо. Like, no, I've had enough. Why is everybody Russian? Okay, leave me alone. Did you go to Bangla Road? I was there every night. I'll tell you guys this. I have herpes. And I have a girlfriend. And my girlfriend and I went to Phuket and we went to the strip club together. And There's hope for all of you. Okay? If I can do it, you can do it. Did Patong Walking Street? Had a fun time there? Yeah, it's nice. It's hectic, but like, it's nice. But everywhere else in Phuket, I didn't like so much. It was nice, but there was far too many Russians and far too crowded. It was like an hour to get anywhere, and the taxis are so expensive. And yeah, I don't know. Definitely worth going, but it's expensive a little bit. We were in where did we go? Koh Samui as well, and Krabi, and then Bangkok, and that's all basically. And I was in Cambodia, and I was in Vietnam, and Japan, Singapore, and Malaysia. Thailand is like a second home for me. It's beautiful. I want to go back. The only reason I didn't go back is because financial things. But anyways, how are you guys doing? Is there anything I can do to help you guys? Have you been to Nha Trang? No, I've been to Da Nang. Da Nang twice. Hoi An twice. Although I hate Hoi An. I always get sick there. Ho Chi Minh once. Hanoi once. Yeah. Ho Chi Minh was cool, but the air quality sucks. Hanoi is very good for culture. Da Nang is like my favorite city of all time. And then Hoi An, I hope it burns to the ground. I hope someone sets that place on fire. Whistler is very nice. I heard Nha Trang is like Russian Da Nang. Like it's probably like Phuket. Please tell me, can I come to Canada after getting HSV? Yes. Yes, you're not limited by your HSV status for coming to countries. Nothing stops you from going.
Cambridge University Press Audio presents The Ape That Understood the Universe, How the Mind and Culture Evolve, by Steve Stewart Williams, read by Tom Lawrence. Chapter 1, The Aliens Challenge.
Does HSV test we have to do for work permit? No. That question is like a little bit crazy because imagine if like genital herpes like prevented you from working. That would be crazy. That really would be crazy. Why is syphilis more dangerous? Syphilis, if left untreated, can like make you go crazy. Syphilis is just like a more harmful bacteria, I guess, than herpes. Like herpes is just a virus that like lives in your nervous system and sometimes causes symptomatic outbreaks so that it's easier to be transmitted. But other than that, like herpes doesn't do anything. Like it's pretty crazy to think about that all of our fear is based around a stigma. Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. But think about it. Like you aren't for the most part worried about like maybe Peace Hugs is because Peace Hugs has symptoms, but like Spank the Monkey, you are not concerned with the physical consequences of herpes. You are concerned with why do I have no confidence? Why do I feel so afraid? Why have I let myself go? Did the virus do that? Really? Did the virus do that? Or did what you think about the virus or what other people think about the virus do that? And is that entirely like a real thing? The stigma's here. Like, what is this? It's gone. Now, obviously, you have to navigate the world with a stigma being there. But the stigma only gets in your way if you let it get in your way. Like, no, the virus does not make any other diseases. The virus doesn't get worse. It typically gets better. You know? Like, you know for a fact, you used to have more symptoms. Now it's slowed down. It won't develop into anything else. It'll get better as time goes on.
Mental health and then stigma in education.
My daughter's like licking his
All right.
He's
Like,
nah,
I saw president. His leg. He put the blanket in his mouth and started to like twist it up. I was like, yo, chill. All right, get in. Well, you mentioned the Instagram, but also there's a website.
There is the website, noshameinthescape.com. You can find the screenings and the dates there as well, but you can't actually watch it on the website yet. Once this film festival season is over, which will be in a few months, I do plan to release it widely because I don't want to like withhold this at all.
Listen, when I got to see it myself with the experience that you created, because you created an event and bringing out the space, had refreshments, and there were 60. How many people were there?
80 people went into our like premiere event.
Yes. So like that premiere event, that was a very beautifully organized event. It was nice to see people. You get stronger.
What do you have toughest about COVID versus herpes? COVID was like worse than herpes, honestly. Viral load from the start was very scary, but with time it also goes less. I don't even know if it's about viral load, honestly. It's more about like measure of your antibodies. I guess your body just gets more used to keeping the virus dormant versus like viral load. I think the same amount of virus is present. It's just the way that you deal with it, I think, changes.
You get stronger.
May seem a little crazy. As many vegetables as you can hold. You will be.
2024 Magnum. Grinding. Rooftop style. Long dip style. Memories. Up on the rooftop with my best friend. Forklift's having some issues with the vape up here at the vape lounge. Yeah, flavors up. That is a little famous fruity. It's fruity. It sounds icky.
Look at me, distracted. Do we get more complication when we're getting old because of low immune system? No, not really. No. Most people will, no. You're not really going to have any like severe health concerns with herpes because look at how common herpes is, especially herpes up here. And if a lot of people were getting like very adverse health concerns, we would see it, or the health concerns we are seeing could be from it. But I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm too worried about anything when it comes to herpes. I think that just worrying about things that are out of our control is not going to help us. I think that as time goes on, as your symptoms slow down, you'll stop being so consumed with like the herpes and stuff, and it'll be okay. Why HSV1 not have symptoms headache and joint pain like this? Some people do. It's just that some people also get HSV1 when they're very young. So if they were to have noticeable side effects, it's when they're younger. So like, let's say for you, in like 5 years, you might have no symptoms or side effects from HSV. It just takes some time for your body to get used to it. If someone has cold sores, can they be reinfected in general with HSV1? Not likely, no. So if you already have type 1, you will not likely be reinfected with type 1. You could still get type 2, however. Now, you could be infected with type 1 in both locations in the same sexual act, but that's like a specific scenario. But after you already have like antibodies, reinfection with the same type is close to zero. You wish you got cold sores now? Why? What do you have? This is my question for you. What do you actually diagnose with? I have genital HSV and both your parents have cold sores. Interesting. So you somehow didn't get oral type 1, even though your parents had oral type 1. Interesting. Very interesting. They don't love you, I guess. And that's okay. That's okay. They don't love you. And then had BJ and got genital HSV1. Classic. Classic. Anyways, guys, if you're watching this, on this website, I put together a free video guide with 3 breakthroughs that I had about herpes that helped me overcome my diagnosis. I suggest you guys all watch it. It's really going to kind of shift your perspective on your diagnosis. Give it a watch. Give it a watch. Thank you for your content, by the way. You've helped my mental state a lot. Where did you originally find me? YouTube or somewhere else? Like, where's the first place? YouTube. Okay. Okay. I was just researching herpes. Well, hey guys, how's it going? How's your day? Should I go live on here more? Should I check in with you guys every day on my YouTube lives? Do I drink a lot of water during antivirals? Like a regular amount. A regular amount. I wouldn't say I focus on overly having water, but just stay hydrated in general. The lives are cool. Happy to help, guys. Happy to help. Happy to help. Happy to help. Happy to help. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go to the gym because if you have herpes and you don't go to the gym, you're missing out. Maybe I'll come back later. Maybe I'll see you guys then. If not, go to this website, or it's linked over there or somewhere. Watch the free video, and I'm going to help you guys overcome your diagnosis. Get rid of your shame, get better at disclosure, attract a loving partner, and live the best life. Okay? Or if you want to reach out on Instagram, Instagram is at Pickering Fitness. Send me a DM there. And we'll go from there. Okay, last question, fine. What's your question? I have it on my groin, not on my pee-pee. Do I have a less chance of transmission? Like your pubic area, because I get pubic area herpes too. I wouldn't necessarily say it's less risk of transmission, simply because the male genital shaft is probably the place where you shed the most when there isn't an outbreak. But obviously, like, if you were to have an outbreak, like, you get the point? I would just say no. We're probably the same. But we just don't happen to have outbreaks on our actual PP. Why do you think there's a small audience for herpes videos? Do people have it? I don't think there's a small audience for herpes videos. I think a lot of people do watch. I think a lot of people don't know people like me exist. And I think a lot of people don't care. I think that if you're watching this video right now, you are a better person than the people who get herpes and don't even want to disclose, don't even want to care. Like, a lot of people have herpes and don't even care. They're just like, I'm not going to tell anybody. So they don't need help because they don't want help. Makes me sad. However, it's gym time. If you haven't gone to the gym yourself, go. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching through your diagnosis to solve this for good, go to this website, watch the free video. You'll learn more on there. And check out Instagram, which is Pickering Fitness. And I'll see you guys later, okay? Toodaloo. Toodaloo. Okay, ZK, if you wore boxer shorts and wore a condom, you'd be like pretty safe. Like, it's kind of weird to like have sex wearing boxer shorts with like your thing out, but hypothetically, you could probably get your risk down to very close to zero simply because you would have like no skin to skin contact. But like, really, I don't know. If you want to, you can. That would technically be helpful, but girls gonna look at you, guys gonna look at you, be like, bro, what are you doing? If it makes you feel better, you can. But you know, life is short and so am I. I'll see you guys later.